Hey everybody, Eric Pfeiffer here with the Jawa Roundup, which is the collecting show on the Twin Sons Podcast Network. I brought some toys to share with you guys. We've talked a lot about these on the Jawa Roundup, and you may have seen some of our posts on some of our other pieces of media here, but I wanted to show you Star Wars Destiny because this is a game that I have just absolutely fallen in love with. It's made by a company called Fantasy Flight, and they're the same company that produced the Star Wars X-Wing game. So if you've heard of that, same company does this game as well. Star Wars Destiny is a two-player card game that came out in December. Now this game, you can buy two starters for it. So you have the Kylo Ren starter right there and the Rey starter right there. Those are the two starters. They go for about $15 each if you can find them. This game has just taken off like crazy, and it's been really, really challenging to find not only just booster packs, but the starters as well. So good luck finding those, but if you do, congratulations, you'll be able to play the game. And what I really like about this game is that it's a good mix of strategy and chance, right? Those are the best parts of the games, because that way, even if you're going up against somebody who is relatively new at gaming or doesn't necessarily know how to play the game that well, you can still have a good time because there's chance involved, there's luck involved as well. So it's good for all ages. I really enjoy this game just because light versus dark, right? You can create your own deck. The point of the game is to take out the other person's heroes or characters, right? You get 30 points of characters, and this is the first set. This is the Awakenings set, so it's focused a lot on The Force Awakens. Not solely, but very much so focused on The Force Awakens. So you've got characters like Kylo Ren. You've got characters like Balatik. I mean, that's a character I've never used in a game like this before. Balatik. You've got First Order Stormtroopers. I'm looking at all the cards right now here in my hand. You've got characters like Rey and Finn and Poe. You've got Captain Phasma. You've got Grievous. You've got, who else we have here? Qui-Gon, Padme, Tusken Raider, Han Solo, Admiral Akbar, Luke Skywalker. There's a ton of different characters that you can play in this game, and it's super, super fun. So you build a deck of 30 cards, and then you create 30 points of heroes. And those hero cards don't count as your 30 card deck. Then after you do that, you each pick a location. And the location is a battlefield. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10. 10 battlefields right now that you can play on. And what's great about this game is that it spans not just to The Force Awakens or the original trilogy, but it has everything from Rebels to Clone Wars and everything in between. So we have Echo Base, we have on Hoth, we have the Rebel War Room on Yavin 4, we've got the Command Center on Lothal, so for all those Rebel fans out there. We have the Mos Eisley Spaceport, we have the Shipyard Graveyard on Jakku, we have the Imperial Armory on the first Death Star, we have the Jedi Temple on Coruscant, the Separatist base on Mustafar, the Emperor's Throne Room on the second Death Star, and the Frozen Ways of Starkiller base. So those are the locations, battlefields that you can select from in the first set of the game. Now you only play with one battlefield, and I'm not going to go into too much detail on the technicalities of the game, but there is a tutorial if you want to learn how to play in detail on fantasyflight.com. You can also give your characters upgrades. So for example, Rey, she has a staff. So you can give her a staff as an upgrade, and then that will increase her abilities. It'll make her better, essentially. She'll get more dice to roll with in order to do more damage to your opponent's characters. You can also have supports. For example, here's a support. This is BB-8. Now, BB-8 is not technically a character. He's a support card. So he can come out and help your guys. He cannot be damaged, and he can't attack, but he's there sort of just to help support. You can also get things like the DL-44 blaster pistol. Obviously, if you know Han Solo, this is something that he obviously would be, it would be good to pair this with Han Solo. So if you get these starter packs, you get this. And this is a little fold-out, sort of like a very short explanation of how to play the game. All right, so it's this front and back. So this may look kind of complicated, but this is just the brief version of how to learn how to play the game. I actually went online and found this. It's about a 20-page packet that shows you in-depth descriptions of what to do, how to play. If you have questions on a certain subject or a certain ability, this packet online will help you learn how to play it right. So I would recommend picking this up or printing this off in addition to this thing that you get in the starter. So it may look intimidating, but it's really fun. Once you get the hang of it, it's a great time. You also get these little dice. So you get these each one of these dice. So if you get a character or an upgrade or a support, sometimes they come with dice. So you get a lot of these cool colored dice that you can play with, and make sure you have at least something to store all your dice in, because there's going to be a lot of them. If you want to buy booster packs, they come in this big thing. This is a case of boosters. This comes with 36 boosters. They're about $3 each, I believe, but they're just little packs that you rip open. Each booster you get 1 dice and then 5 cards. So it's a lot of fun. You can, you make a hero deck, you make a villain deck. You can pair up Poe Dameron with Luke Skywalker. You could pair up Qui-Gon Jinn with Finn if you wanted to, or you could keep it thematic. It's up to you. That's what's great about this. You can choose your destiny. All right, so it's super fun. I would highly recommend getting this if you have the chance to come across it at all in stores. Like I said, it's been super hard to find, so just cross your fingers when you go out and check the gaming stores. But definitely a lot of fun to play. Doesn't take up a lot of space. You can quickly build a deck and grab everything and go right away. But yeah, definitely a lot of fun. And speaking of space, the Star Wars X-Wing game just came out with a new wave, and this wave is absolutely amazing. I'm sure most of you who are Star Wars fans have heard of the Star Wars X-Wing game, but this game is just going nutso. I mean, they are producing everything in this game, and it's crazy. If you want to play as bounty hunters, you can use IG-88, Boba Fett, Bosk, Dengar, Forlom, Zuckuss. They even touch on the Clone Wars. You can play as Moralo Evol, or Latz Razi, or Saj Ventress. If you want to play from The Force Awakens, they just came out with a whole bunch of new Force Awakens stuff. Kylo Ren, Unkar Plutt, Constable Zuvio, Sarko Plank, General Hux, Rey, Finn, Han Solo, Poe Dameron, BB-8, Snap Wexley, or if you know from if you like the Aftermath books, you can play as Nora Wexley actually, which is pretty awesome. They touch on the expanded universe. You can play as Mara Jade. You can play as Iceheart, aka Izzard. I guess that's how you say her name. But you can play as Vader. You can play as the Emperor. You can. I mean, it's the possibilities are endless, and they just came out with this, and I brought them up here to show you. This is the Epsilon Shuttle. This is Kylo Ren's shuttle from The Force Awakens. Now, these things are absolutely incredible. The detail that goes into this. I know you're kind of far away, but you can move the wings up and down. I mean, that's amazing that you can do that. And the wave before this was the Rogue One wave, and they came out with a U-wing. And the U-Wing's wings can go back and forth as well. Same thing with the Imperial Shuttle, ST-321, if you're familiar with that. The wings can go up and down. The radar dish on the Falcon can go up and down. It's really, really cool, the detail and the quality that goes into these. Now, they're a little bit more expensive. I mean, this game is not cheap, but the quality that you get from these things are absolutely amazing. So, this is the newest villain ship for the First Order, Kylo Ren's shuttle, which is really cool. And then if you're Rebels fans, this is Sabine's TIE Fighter. This is the masterpiece that Sabine did. Again, I know it's small where you are, but this is the custom paint job on the TIE Fighter that Sabine painted on the ship that Ezra and Zeb stole in Rebels. So this is really cool. Again, Sabine's masterpiece, and you can actually have Ahsoka pilot it, which is really awesome. So this is Ahsoka's only appearance in the game is a pilot for this TIE fighter. And this also came with a crew member card of Captain Rex, so you could put him on the ship as well, which is pretty cool. So again, these are again not cheap, but you can actually use this Rebel TIE fighter on the Rebel faction, which is pretty awesome. So we've got the First Order and the Empire. That's basically one faction. Same thing with the Resistance and the Rebels. Now you don't have to play them as one faction, but they're technically considered to be one faction for this game, the purposes of this game. This is also a new ship. This is the Quad Jumper. Now this ship is a part of the Scum and Villainy faction, so kind of like the bounty hunter faction, sort of. This is the ship in The Force Awakens that Rey and Finn and BB-8 are heading towards before it gets destroyed by the First Order. So then they have to go to the Millennium Falcon, obviously. So this ship gets very little screen time, but they've created a X-Wing miniature for this game. And I actually have on here right now, looks like Unkar Plutt is the pilot. But you can have Sarko Plank, you can have Constable Zuvio fly this. All the ships have different abilities. They've even got huge ships, you know, like Imperial carriers and things like that. The Tantive 4, you can play as the Tantive 4, which is pretty awesome. The Mon Calamari big warships, you can use those as well. But they've got, like I said, they've got everything in this game. You can even play as the Shadowcaster, Ketsu Onyo's ship from Star Wars Rebels. Agent Callus is a crew member card. You can put him on an Imperial shuttle or something like that. So, like I said, the possibilities for these games are absolutely endless. So if you have the funds and you want to start getting into gaming, look around a little bit. Watch some tutorials online, and I guarantee you that if you start playing these games, you'll get hooked. And if you have any questions, shoot me a message either on the Jawa Roundup Facebook page, or you can find me on Twitter at @_Eric Pfeiffer. And I'd love to talk to you about the games. And if you're in the area, maybe we can set up a game date. Be pretty fun. So once again, thanks for watching, and I know you'll be hooked. So start the Star Wars gaming.